Caleb, what really stood out to me from watching your video, man, was just your get off and your speed. From the get-go, just boom, you're firing off the ball, ready to go. The speed of being able to track down the quarterback when he's outside contained and stuff like that, dude, just you don't see that in a lot of defensive linemen, and that's something that you've really got that's really going to pay dividends for you, okay? Now, my suggestions for your highlight video are the following, all right? First thing is to have an information slide at the beginning. The best way to go about this, all right, is to go on Canva. This is free, all right, and you want to just go to a slide, and you want to put the information of your name, school, graduation year, position, height and weight, X account, email, and phone number. Put all that information on the left, put a picture of you on the right, download that, and upload that to the very first thing on your Huddle highlight video. And the reason we want to do that is for a few things. Boom, as soon as the coach pulls up your video, all that information is right there. You don't have to go find anything, and this kind of brings us to our next point on it, because a college coach's time is very short and valuable, and if he's got to go try to find you on X, if he's got to go try to hunt down a phone number or something like that, and they can't do it because they can't spend a lot of time doing that, they're going to pass and go to the next kid. I have seen it done. Okay, and I've had to sometimes do it myself, and it's one of those deals you don't want to do it, but I can't keep searching and spend another hour of my time to go do this, okay, or another 10 minutes or so. Okay, I need all that information right there, right when I need it. All right, so make sure we do that. Next, going to removing plays/non highlights. All right, and the ones we've got here, the first one at the 106 mark was from the scrimmage, okay, or the jamboree you guys had. So go ahead and take that out just because it's not a game play, but then also at the 213 mark right here. All right, this one right here. Now, I see both sides of you, because you and the nose trade or shift at the last second, but it's just one of those deals. It almost looks like you fall down. That's the very first thing I saw when I saw that. I was like, oh man, he fell down out of the stance. And the reason I would say take this out, because you don't want another coach thinking that as well. All right, man, he's falling out of himself out of the stance. How many times does he do this? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so we go ahead and take that out, because we don't want to have anything that's going to hinder you on this plays. Okay, because it's not, we want these plays more anything that doesn't showcase your strengths or transfer to the next level. All right, so that's like the jamboree. It doesn't really showcase your strength as much, because it's more not completely full game atmosphere. And then also like with this one of something that, because we want to, with this being said, we also want to have plays that can help move the needle. This might be something that kind of move the needles down, because they're thinking the bad things that can hinder you. So let's move that needle up, take this play out. Let's say you're a 5 on a coach's board. How we take this play out? Boom, you bump up to a 2 or a 1. Okay, sometimes the coach sees that and they see that, so we want to be able to take that out. Right. Next, remove captions. Okay, there's one at the 18-second mark, the sack for a 6-yard loss, and then also we want to remove music, and then there's a background sound on 136. Okay, remove that stuff. And the reason we want to remove all that is because we don't want to have anything that's going to distract the college recruiter from evaluating the film. Okay, they're sitting in a dark room, and this is what I did, and this is what they still do, watching 60 to 100 kids in a day. Okay, lamps on, music's going, and you get in a zone, and that's where sometimes the music comes up, or the caption comes up, or a background sound, whatever in a kid's video. It kind of distracts them and throws them off of what they're doing, what they're looking for, because they're looking for specific things. Okay, and so we don't want to have that hinder you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so remove that stuff. Now, on the 136 mark, okay, you want to make sure you add a spot shadow on that play. Okay, and then at the same time, going to the 42-second mark. All right, make sure you kind of zoom in on your. I'll pull up real quick right here. Okay, zoom in a little bit more on your spot shadow, okay, because you kind of got both of you guys here. So either zoom in or just put an arrow on you, just so it can be a little bit more specified here. All right, so that'll help end that stance. Now, going to your sequence of plays. All right, this is kind of how our flow is going to be. So I'm putting on here turnovers. I know in this film you did not have any, but for future, being a 2028 kid, okay, with future film and stuff like that, if you get turnovers, put those at the very beginning. Okay, forced fumbles, fumble recovers. Now, next we want to go to sacks, and then your TFLs. The TFLs are anything at the line of scrimmage or behind it. All right, and then also finish that up with the remaining defensive highlights. Okay, and I'll kind of show you examples there. All right, and this is more anything that's not that turnover, sack, or TFL, but still showcases what you can do, shows what good physicality you can bring, your speed and everything else. All right, so with that being said, let's go over some of these plays here. Okay, and these ones here is what I would start out each section with. All right, because you want to have your best plays in each section to start off and taper from there, and you're only going to have 3, 5, maybe 6 clips in each section. Okay, and so we want to have our best plays forward, because we got to keep that coach's attention early and keep him watching. All right, like I said, they're watching 60 to 100 kids. If after a minute he doesn't see something, after 30 seconds, boom, he's changing, he's on to the next kid. So we got to put all those good plays first, okay, and then follow from there. So this is what I've got for you. All right, 18-second mark, starting with our sacks. Okay, great get off right here, boom, fighting, pushing that guard back. He tries to step up, boom, we shut it off right there, get a sack. Great job there. Okay, next, going to our TFLs here. Okay, going to start off the play right after this at the 28-second mark. All right, getting lined up, boom. And this is why I like saying, dude, you can see yourself being fiery, getting off, the get off right there, boom. But what I really loved is seeing you firing off, boom, lateral shuffle, seeing the quickness in the feet and being able to come up and make a tackle 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, that's what they want to see. That's what they want to see, the get off. They want to see the explosion. They want to see you firing out low, not coming up high. Okay, that's what they really want to see. Next, going to the 42-second mark. So I'd start off with this one, go to this one next, 42, boom, coming down, stalemating that tackle, pushing back a little bit, making a tackle while still getting blocked. Okay, great job there. Now, this one necessarily does not have to be the number 3 on the 55-second mark, but make sure you add this one in there, because it shows you doing a stunt game. You get the ET, TE, T and T, okay? You see those different stunts, the X stunt, all right? And being able to boom, come off that stunt, come up, make a tackle is a great job there, okay? So make sure we're adding that stuff in. Next, go into your remaining defensive highlights, okay? And to kind of explain why we're doing what we're doing here on this, all right? Now, this one here, boom, getting outside, keeping contained, trying to keep contained, showing off the speed, all right? But we don't get a tackle or anything else, but we're showing that closing speed, still getting maybe a couple yard gain down the field, okay? You had a couple other ones you almost got home on a sack or a knockdown or something like that. Those are the ones you want to put in that remaining defensive highlights, showing off that get off, okay? Now, with that being said, okay, kind of refreshing, add that information slide, remove those plays. We want to help move that needle, right? Remove the captions, music, and that background sound. Add those couple other spot shadows. Change up the sequence. Put all those best plays first. Overall, this will provide a more dynamic highlight video for college coaches. Okay. Now, after going over the game film feedback, let's take a look at what divisions you should target. All right. I'm basing this off the most recent highlight video, which is exactly what college coaches are going to do, and where the athlete can receive a scholarship right now. I'm going off the film we just watched. Okay. And this is a current evaluation opposed to a projected evaluation. Okay, I'm not projecting. I'm going off a current evaluation right now. Okay, this is based on a few criteria. First thing is a graduation year. Okay, you've got a couple of years to go, but with that being said, let's use that to our advantage. Okay, they're going to start some of these bigger schools. Okay, we're going to get to in a second. They're going to start early, so we can start this ball rolling. All right. Next, they're going to look at your size. You've got good size, but don't know where it's going to go projection, so we're going off right now. Foot speed, flexibility, and power and strength. Those are the things they're going to look for in a D line. Okay. Now, with that being said, the levels you should look at today for a scholarship are upper D2 to D1 FCS. All right. Now, you should start getting interest and possibly offers from these college coaches at these levels. And if not, you need to start the communication process with these coaches through email and calling them right now. Okay? They're on the spring ball, but as soon as they get this spring ball's over, boom, they're out on the road. They're coming to your school. Okay? So we've got to get communication with them so we know that they're going to come by our school. We want them to be able to come to our school because they're coming to talk to our coach, to come to talk to us, or come to get information on us. All right? You need to start getting your name out there through social media. You need to start following these coaches on X. You need to start DMing these coaches. Once you retweet this highlight video, okay, boom, send it to them. Say, hey, coach, updated highlight video. Okay? Boom, send it to them so they can watch that stuff. All right? Make sure you're marketing and branding yourself in the correct way, doing things on the field and off the field in the right way. All right. And here's the deal. The reason we want to do all this, send in the information, brand ourselves so they can see it. All right. Because now you need to know if they like your video or not. Okay. Because that's going to help you determine what camps you're going to go to. All right. Camp season's coming up for you. And this is going to be a big summer of where do we want to put our money towards to go to the right camps to help us with the projection for our college offers that we're going to get. Okay. So we want to help ourselves. Sometimes when you go to these mega camps, you get 1,000 kids. It's hard for a coach to watch everybody. Okay, they've got certain guys that want to watch their position groups, stuff like that, kids that catch their eye. But when they get a 40-page paper and it's got 1,000 to 2,000 kids on it, it's very hard to kind of focus on that side of it. Okay, so but sometimes when we get more of an individual invite from this coach, or if it is at a mega camp, you make sure you go introduce yourself, and we're putting our money towards those right camps. Okay, introduce yourself to that coach. That's going to help develop that relationship. So when you send them that means to highlight, they're going to know who they're watching. They're going to remember you doing those one-on-one drills and seeing that translate to the football field. All right, but here's the deal: how can we also go attack these levels and get better? All right. My suggestion to improve your game that translates to college football, possibly a higher division, are the following. First thing is strength and power. All right, that's going to come through the weight room, strength training. We got to add good weight to your frame. Okay, as a D lineman, yeah, they say add weight, but we got to add good weight. We got to add that good muscle because you got to be able to explode out of that stance. Okay, a lot of quick twitch stuff. All right, got to be fast out of there. Got to be able to explode low, can't come up high, firing off the ball. Okay, be able to showcase that through that functional strength, power, doing bull rushing. Okay, doing like you did on that sack, driving that guy back and making the sack. Okay, be able to throw that offensive line off. That's where it's going to come into play. All right, working on our flexibility, that pre and post training stretching. Okay, if you guys don't do it as a team, do it on your own. Okay, that's going to help make that little bit individual work. That's going to help make that difference because this is going to help improve that pad level against the run or the pass. Like I said, being your size, being D lineman, they want to know how high you're playing. Okay, we got to work on that. Flexibility is going to help. This is also going to help prevent injury. All right, because your best ability is your availability. You get teamed up, you get dinged up, banged up, something like that. That's going to hurt your chances of getting video. It's going to hurt your chances of offers. Now, let's say we're in the college level, we get dinged up and banged up, okay, because we're not taking care of our body. This goes the same way. That's going to hurt us on the depth chart. Okay, so we got to make sure we're taking care of our body. Working on foot speed, doing dot drills, ladder drills. Okay, got to be the fastest and the first off the snap. Those precious little seconds make a huge difference. Okay, they say football is a game of inches. It's also about a game of seconds. Sometimes when you're almost getting home, if you had 2 more seconds or 1 more second, boom, you're there. Okay, that's a little bit of seconds that's going to help out. All right, beating that offensive line with that first step provides a huge advantage, and you know that. All right. Continue to develop that D-line technique, okay? Showcasing block destruction. That's going to be huge. Got to be able to get off that one-on-one blocks, not have to do an X stunt or TE or TNT, okay? Got to show how you can stop a double team. You're getting double teamed, how are you going to take that off? Work on your stance, footwork, and hand accuracy. It's all about the fundamentals, all about the details, all right? Here's the deal also. Your ability to reset the line of scrimmage. Coaches are looking at if you're resetting the line of scrimmage downfield, getting pushed back, or if you're going to be in the backfield of the line of scrimmage, okay? Got to keep working on that. And going to work on these details all the time in college drills. You're going to work on this stuff a lot. So keep working on getting good at them, developing, because coaches are going to see that when you start playing and start doing these drills. They're going to see it translating, okay? So they want to see those things. But here's the deal. These improvements are what a D-line college coach will look at. So double down, do all these things, hit it hard, and if it translates to your video, this can help you level up your evaluation and possibly have an opportunity at that upper D1 FCS level to lower D1 Group of 5 level. All right. But Caleb, at the end of the day, man, everything will come down to your individual work, your outreach, all right, as your marketing on social media, all right, and your relationship building with college coaches. That relationship is going to be huge, which is why the next step is your athlete interview, where you're going to get interviewed with a coach and get coached on your communication and your interviewing skills, which is critical for the conversations you're about to start having with these college coaches. So make sure you watch the video beforehand and be ready to go. If you have any questions, we'll be able to answer them at the end of the interview. Thank you.